Hey, what's going on guys? Django Jax, and I'm at the data center finally. So this is a data center update video. It's been a while since I've actually been here. The last time I was here was in December, so it was like a month and a half since I've been down at the data center. And I know it's been a long time since I did a data center video. I'm still here, data center's still mine, like everything is fine. If you don't know, my lease here is I pay $100 per rig per month. That includes everything. That's the rent, electric, all that stuff, right? So I stopped mining here when I made that video. I think it was basically the beginning of November, maybe the end of October. I haven't been mining since then because it hasn't been profitable, right? But right in November, the AC went out in the data center, and the AC went like, it can't be fixed. It has to be replaced. So that's kind of been, and it was honestly like perfect timing, because I mean, it would have sucked if this happened, during the summertime, 2 months before the ETH merge, and the AC just goes out permanently, and I'm just like, what do I do, right? I mean, obviously I would have come up with something, but there would have been a lot of downtime. So it's perfect timing on that front. And then the good thing about my lease too is that when the rigs are off, I don't pay anything. So I didn't pay any rent in November, December, January, February. I haven't paid anything in 4 months. Because they're off. They could have been turned on. I would have turned them on pretty early on. I think maybe in December-ish is when I would have flipped them back on, even though they would have still been mining at a loss. I would have just started to accumulate then, well, especially now, but I just couldn't because the AC has been off. And so I talked to the landlord about, well, when's the AC going to get replaced, or what's happening? Like, let's figure out a solution. They said that the chillers are going to cost $1.1 million to replace. Freaking crazy. I told them to not replace them on my account because I can make it work without the AC. I just need to know if the ACs are what, if we're going to be replaced or not. But the weird thing is that this building, the chillers chill the entire building, like all the offices, and I haven't even shown you a lot of the stuff here. There's way more stuff on the other side, but I can't really show it because I don't really want to, I don't want to give too much information about my building, but, for security purposes. But the chillers chill everything. So it's like if the chillers don't get replaced, they have to like run all new HVAC, because basically they have to install new AC systems, and then they would have to run the HVAC to those ACs. I don't know, that's probably also super expensive. So they are going to replace the chillers, but it's going to take a couple months, 3 or 4 months before the chillers are fixed and I'm back on with AC. But I'm not going to wait 3 or 4 months. I told them that too, I said, like, listen, I need to be able to build something here because I got some options. And I told them, like, I don't even need AC to work. I just got to build my miners to be able to exhaust the heat outside. I said that would be better anyway, because the thing is, even with the AC on, it still gets to about 80 degrees in that room, which is totally fine, but I'm only like at 75% capacity. I could fit another 150, 200 8-card rigs in here, so that's a lot. And when I add all those on top of the miners I already have with the AC running, I don't think it'll be enough. So either way, I need to build some kind of cooling solution. And the easiest thing would be to build hot-cold aisles and just vent the heat into the attic. But that's really a short-term solution because when the heat goes in the attic, it has nowhere to go, and it will get hot up there really quickly. And I don't know what kind of problems that will cause. I don't know how AC works. I don't know if you could tell, but yeah. So I don't want to do that. Maybe if the AC is on, but I still don't want to do that. There needs to be some kind of ventilation in the attic. The next option is for me to put a hole in that back wall there, because on the other side there's a bay door, and that wall's just in my way. It's not a load-bearing wall, to my knowledge. I think it's just there to separate the bay door from the servers, because this used to be an actual data center, so I think they had all their racks and they just closed that off. So I need someone to, because I don't know how to punch a hole in this wall. My name's not Kyle. I don't punch holes in drywall. Yeah, so I'm waiting for a bid. I need a bid to figure out to put a hole in that wall, so I can and then I can build some kind of tunnel thing and just suck all the air out that bay door. The only bad thing is that the miners are, the way the plugs are rowed out, it's not ideal for that because it's just weird layout. And so my number one choice would be to put them on the back wall, put some holes in the back wall, and build 2 wind tunnels, okay? So I want, because I have 4 rows of 30 amp plugs on the top, and I basically want to build 1 wind tunnel per 2, so it'd be 2 tunnels. And if you watch Hot Crypto Mining, he built a wind tunnel in his facility. I'm looking to build basically the exact same thing that he built. So you can check out his channel and see that wind tunnel that he built, because I basically want to build that. And the only problem is that those walls are on the outside of the building, like they'd have to put whole new holes in, and it's in block and concrete. So I really don't know how to do that. But that would be the best, because I could just put in like a 3-foot by 6-foot hole per tunnel and just put two or three giant exhaust fans to just suck the heat out. Because eventually the AC is going to be turned on, and then I'll have cool air in and exhaust the heat out. So I think that will work. I'm just waiting on bids, because I told my plans to the landlord, and I'm just waiting for the stuff to get approved. And so that's really what I'm waiting on. So that's what I came down here for, is I'm gonna move all my miners out of the way so they can put a hole in the wall or in the other wall. I don't know, whatever they want to do. I really don't think they would mind putting a hole in the outside wall, because they plan to demo this whole building anyway. The guy bought this for, there's a giant like grand hall here where he does venues and stuff. And he's planning on demoing the rest of the building and putting up like 10-story apartment complexes here. And so this whole building is gonna get demoed. It's like a 7-year plan, so I don't think they're planning on doing demo for a couple years anyway. But the good news is he's planned in his like city design plans that he submitted to the city, because he had to do that before he even bought the building. He included like a little two-story mining building for me in the back of the property. So he's planning on building me a whole brand new building just for mining in 7 years from now, whenever the plan is. So I guess me and him are going to be mining for a long time. So that's the good news. And hopefully in the new building, we'll be able to get like double or triple the power, because we're going to 10-story apartment complexes here. So there's got to be a lot of amps left over for me. So that's kind of cool. So I don't really care. I don't think they really care if they knock holes in the building. But they're paying for it all, right? So basically, it's just got to work my way through the system to get the thing, because they've been busy with the city getting permits for all their other stuff. Because this building, he told me that this building has a $70,000 a month burn rate. So they're losing $70,000 a month on this property, which is insane. So it's probably from, I don't know what it's from, but because they have like revenue streams that they plan to use, but they can't use it because they had to get permits from the city. But they finally got that. So now that they can stop focusing on that, I think that they're finally able to allocate some money to me to build out this whole thing for me. Yeah, so I've pretty much just been chilling here waiting for the approval. And it hasn't really been, like I've been wanting to get it built for a while, but I've really just been, I haven't been in a rush, just because, there's no money coming in, and the rigs aren't profitable anyway. But but they just barely got the permits approved, like only a couple weeks ago. So now I think that now it's gonna happen. So super stoked about it. The only thing that I have been mining here, my L7's been on the entire time. And then I usually, when I come down here, I flip on a bunch of rigs. I usually flip on a bunch of those 178X cards, the green Mystic case like the ones here. I usually flip on a rack or 2 of those, pay for my gas, right? It costs money to get down here. But yeah, so I mean, I talked to the landlord. He's like totally cool with it. I was like, yo, when I come down here, I need to flip these on. Got to run some tests, and got to get some money to get me down here in revenue. And he was like, he doesn't care. But yeah, so pretty awesome, dude. This relationship I got with the landlord is pretty rock solid. Nice to build up that good trusting relationship with somebody especially after the last person. So but yeah, that's pretty much the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out I am designing a new shirt, guys. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's a Flux shirt, so it's gonna be pretty sick. Let's just say you're gonna have to, hash at 88 souls to get back to